All right, let's go.
Here we go.
All right, fire up the engines. Hi, everybody. After today's episode, you're going to want to go out and buy yourself a pair of binoculars and some gardening tools. You know, I was just thinking, and it hurts my head. Anyway, today we have some what I think are crazy and maybe sex events, but let's see what you think. So I'm Chuck. Chrissy's
I'm
jumping
Chris.
around. Yeah, Chrissy, she's see. I was just going to say she's jumping around like a schoolgirl with anticipation of today's events that are coming in. And again, we have with us today our friend and fellow ventologist Paul Roseberry. Yes, he's a comedian. He's a confidence and relationship coach. You may know all about him. You may not give a shit about him at all. Doesn't matter. He's our friend, and we're excited to have him here today.
Yes.
So
Hi,
please welcome
Paul.
Paul Roseberry.
Hey,
Paul.
excited to be here as well. I'd say if there were even a 50-50 chance that you'd heard of me or didn't give a shit, that would be, I would have made him.
You made an impression somehow.
I don't think I'm anywhere near 50-50. I think you haven't heard of me is around less than one.
All right. So anybody got anything on their mind they want to get off before we
I just want to say one more thing
another
again
thing.
before we start. I know I
All
talk
right.
too much, but this is a little tiny vent, another vent I have. I'm at the grocery store and it's packed. I'm trying to pull into a spot. As I approach, I realize the guy next to my spot parked crooked. I can't get in. Why? My vent is just why can't people park within the lines? I had a circle and my head was spinning because I couldn't find a spot. And this guy parked like, he was cross-eyed.
Well,
That's
you
it.
don't know. He may have been a blind driver.
I think
Okay.
there is a legal amount of blindness that is still able, could have been.
Yeah, he could still get his license, or he went blind after getting his license. Legally, he still has a license.
Didn't mention anyone. Didn't bring
See?
it up.
Yeah.
All right,
Chris,
that was it.
I'm with you. People don't know how to park. And
Just
you know
drove
what?
me
The worst, though, and we won't go all the way down the rabbit hole. I think I said this to my buddy last night. Some of the worst people on earth. I see it mostly in LA. People who have the handicap permit in the window, step out of the car and do 2 somersaults and a backflip because they are lying. They are liars. They
Yeah.
are not handicapped. They are lazy degenerates.
Yeah.
Yep.
To take up handicap spaces just so they don't have to fish around for a parking spot, like Chris is saying.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, and they not only jumped out of a car, they jumped out of one of those gigantic fucking 4-wheel drive pickup trucks.
Always.
Yes,
Always.
exactly.
Yeah.
If anybody out there listening, our 5 listeners,
Hello, anybody hear us? So yeah, I almost got into a fight with a guy because I looked at him one day. He parked in a handicapped spot, and it was just like you said, it was almost like he did a backflip and all that. And I said, I hope someday you can legally park in that spot.
Good
And
for
he
you.
gave me a dirty look, and we kind of had like words. It's like, these people, at the time I had my parents living, they had handicap placards. It's like people need those spaces. And
Yes.
you can't
Yeah.
get to them because some lazy ass wants to park right by the front door.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I had an idea recently that I don't plan on acting on, but I think it would make me instantly viral on YouTube. I think it would. And it's right on this topic. I thought about what if I got like a handicap placard, like a little, like a lanyard around my neck.
Mhm.
And I had someone record and I had a clipboard and I stood in parking lots by the handicap spots waiting for the most able-bodied clear liars. And I went up to them and said, hey, I'm part of the Increase the Handicap Spots program, and I just need signatures from our fellow handicap. So if you could just let me know, what is your disability? Just so it helps our petition.
Yes.
And watch them literally run away. And he said, well, no, I'm not harassing you. I think you know what I'm doing, but I'm just curious. What is your disability?
Yes.
Because I just want to help for our state to get funding to paint the spots.
Yeah. Or you would get somebody that just went, I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about it.
He doesn't speak English.
I think they would
Exactly.
very ably punch me in the face, is what I think
Yeah, I
they
was
would
just going to
do.
say that. He was about to say, he was going to say to you, well, how do you like joining my club? Wow, right in the
Oh,
face.
right in the eye. And then I
Yeah.
walk away so blind, I park sideways into Chris's car.
Oh, wow. Well, we didn't even get to the vents yet, and we're having a
Yeah.
good time. So why don't we start to clear out the vent pipe?
Okay.
Chris, why don't you practice your reading skills?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm not good at that, but here we go. All right. This is signed by somebody who says, shower show for all of us. Okay. Here we go. I live in an apartment on the top floor of my building, and I can see directly into this guy's bathroom, which is the building next to mine. So when he takes a shower with his girlfriend, I can basically see what they are doing. I mean it. It's from the shoulders down, but you guys know what they're doing in there. And they sing really loud in the shower. You might say, you lucky SOB, but no, it's weird. And I do not know what to do. And again, this guy signed it, shower show for all of us. Do you know
Well,
what I say? Oh, scream out your window and say, hey, stop your singing or put a curtain on that window. That's what I would say.
Well, when you said you know what they're doing, I had a visual in my mind, but when you said they were both singing, I figured, well, then that can't be happening. But
It's hard to keep a tune.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I just say if you don't like it, don't look. It's like these people are doing their own thing, or get a pair of binoculars so you can see better.
Oh,
You know, I'm on the Chuck camp on this. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine the audacity of this guy getting mad? It actually goes into the last episode where we're talking about the seats on the airplane and the space that is yours and the space that isn't. You know what? I mean, if you want to sit upside down in your airplane seat, if you're not bothering the guy next to you, who cares? It's
Exactly.
distracting. It's strange to look at. If you want to have a shower with your wife, you're not leaning out the window. You're not doing it outside on the sidewalk.
Right.
This
Yeah.
guy's so upset, but he's forgetting he's the one looking.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't look. Maybe don't be such a creep. Do you think this is a guilty vent? Do you think he's like can't stop looking and he feels weird that he can't stop looking? He's trying
could
to see
be.
if we would agree
Oh.
that it's they're the problem and not him.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if they're not cognizant of the fact that they're exposed and they don't care, why should we care? Just don't look if you don't like it, or go over and talk to the guy and say, hey, half the people in the building are watching you do your thing over there. I mean, let them know. Maybe they're not aware. Maybe they're stupid people. I don't know.
But you really can't.
We have a lot of them in this country.
You really can't see what they're doing because it's they can only see from the shoulders up.
Yeah, what are we talking about? He doesn't see naked shoulders. Does this guy have like a straight? Like, what's?
Yeah.
Has he ever been to the beach?
Yeah, well, that's it.
A topless beach. Yeah, you're right.
What the hell?
Yeah.
The other stream of thought for me is what I would do is just go over there with a bottle of wine and say I'm here for the party.
Well, that too.
Yeah, just join in. It's another avenue to take.
Another Chuck.
And
weird.
Well, all right. And to kind of go down that avenue a little bit. All right. If you really don't like it, but you realize you don't really have a leg to stand on, it's kind of your own problem and not theirs, but
right.
You would like them to stop. And maybe you've asked and they said, hey, kick rocks, dude. We're, stop staring, you creep.
Mm-hmm.
Then you say, hey, you're right. You're allowed to do whatever you like within your space and I can do whatever I want in mine.
Yeah.
So that's why I record you guys and I post it on YouTube. And you guys are now very well known as
and you got a lot of hits.
And yeah. And if they say, well, you can't put me on YouTube, say, well, get a curtain. Maybe get a curtain.
Yes. And prove that I did it.
Well, I think the account's pretty traceable.
I guess they could. Yeah.
Pissed off guy from next door at youtube.com. I think it's going to be, who.
I think the bottom line is you guys are right. Just don't look. Don't take a shower at the same time he takes a shower. Don't use it. Just don't look. And by the way, but let me just say this.
Okay, go ahead.
If they're actually doing something, don't the windows fog up? I mean, you can't really see anything anyway from the steam or
Very
whatever.
Practical. Very practical. And can we just be real? I think he's revealed that this guy's single. I think is what it
Yeah.
comes down to.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anyone in the shower with him because for those of us who have attempted what he's concerned is going on in the shower, it's really the least comfortable place to do that.
Yeah.
And water is not your friend. It's actually uncomfortable. I think these people are actually just showering. I think that's all they're doing.
I mean, this is a problem when you live in buildings as opposed to a single family home. I mean, I lived in an apartment once, actually, in Sherman Oaks, and I was on the second floor. The girl that was above me 3, 4 times a week had a different partner down below, and she was loud, screaming. That
Never
kind
invited
of
you
like
once?
wild sex. Never invited. I wasn't interested at all. She looked like the guy that was sitting next to me on the plane that was 400 pounds.
Oh,
But
Wow.
and I don't know how somebody like that had so many different partners. I don't know if she was people were being paid or what. But it's like
Put both hands on her forehead.
we've lost. Yeah, Chris's hair is completely uncombed now. So
and falling out.
so
All right. So should
anyway,
we try? Yeah. Go on to
what?
the next one.
Well, we could do that. We'll make fun of somebody else.
Okay. Here we go. All right. This is signed by a person saying sex in the back seat. Oh my God. Another sex vent.
People are having sex everywhere, Chris. My
Jeez.
God, don't look.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here we go. Hello, venters. This was a shocking encounter for me. As I was walking to my car, I heard a woman screaming it, and I could not tell where it was coming from. And I was worried. I thought something horrible was happening. As I got closer to my car, the screaming was getting louder and louder. I looked into this SUV, and a couple was having sex in the back area. I could not believe my eyes. They noticed me, but they did not stop. Isn't this illegal? And didn't they expect people to see them? Oh, and signed sex in the back seat. Oh,
This
gosh.
is nothing new. People have been, I mean, didn't you do this as a teenager? Sex in the car? It's like, but where was the car or the SUV, since this was an SUV? Oh, Chris, you never had sex in a car? Oh my gosh.
This is a PG rated show, Chucky.
It is? I
maybe
don't think
not.
so. No, I said fuck
Confirm or
before.
deny.
So, so anyway, but I mean, it's nothing new. People have been having sex for years, and they've been doing it in cars and SUVs. Well, what's new here is SUVs. SUVs have become very popular. That's what it is. It used to be in cars, but where was the car parked? I mean, was it parked at the
That's
grocery store
the
parking lot
question.
or in a side street? And again, don't look. Was
Yeah.
this written by
Well-
the guy that was looking in the shower?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah, this guy is out here. He's a peeping Tom.
Yeah,
We have a
he's-
peeping Tom, right?
He's running around watching people have sex through windows. That's what's happening here.
This
I mean,
guy.
Yeah, the only thing that I would have a complaint with is if you're somewhere, are you parked at a kindergarten parking lot? I mean, are there children in plain sight? Now, I had an episode happen. This is like a few years back. I was walking my dogs. I came around the corner, and there's a minivan parked on the side street, and there's two people having sex, and the guy is in the driver's seat and the woman is facing him. She's got her clothes off. She's mounted him, facing him
God.
in the driver's seat. There's two kids that were like 7 years old playing catch behind a white picket fence,
Disgusting.
across the street. And I'm looking and I'm going, and it pissed me off. And I called the police and the police came out.
Good for you.
And-
That's
and-
disgusting.
Yeah, I took a picture of the car. I called the police, and I found out what happened from the police officer because we have the neighborhood watch, and I called the cop, and the cops came out, but the car was already gone. But what they did do is they ran the license plate, and they called the man's wife, and they asked if she knew where her car was. And she said, my husband has it. He's on his way home from work.
Oh, God.
And they told the wife what happened. I don't know anything after that, but it was like, yes, that's what you get.
Chuck, you caused a divorce.
Well, what the hell? It's
At
like,
least.
so keep it in your pants until you're in the right place. I mean, I'm no prude. I've done it in plenty of play. I've done it in swimming pools at barbecues with
Okay.
people not watching, but
Okay.
like you're over in the corner of the pool. The kids are over there playing volleyball. They don't know what's happening. I've had my share of being, inappropriate, but
Chuck, we don't want to know your sexual playground history.
I'm
Oh
sorry. You're getting to learn too much about me.
Yeah.
That's great. Little Chucky is on episode 34
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
33.
No.
yeah, yeah. But little Chucky's getting old. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like,
And just to clarify my expressions on that, because I kind of was starting to laugh. I was afraid of what you were going to say when you said the 7-year-old kids. I started to laugh because I was imagining that they're like at the window staring in. I'm like,
no,
my
no.
God.
They were kind of oblivious or weren't paying attention to it because they
Hopefully.
were playing catch. But it was like
Good.
the picture was too much for me. There was a white picket fence and the two kids are playing ball,
Norman
and then this
Rockwell
is going
painting
on.
them,
Yeah, exactly.
and over his shoulder, you
And
got their
there
third
you
brother,
go.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
No,
that's a little much. I mean, I couldn't turn my head. I
agree.
couldn't not look and do something. It just pissed me off that picture was taking place.
And
It's not illegal, I'm told, but
Did
it's
have sex in a car?
but if you do lewd, if
Yeah.
something is lewd, then you can get some kind of a violation. But
What's lewd if you're doing it
well,
outside of the car?
that's a good question.
Well, I was wondering because, like, I do agree, especially as we get the flow. Like the first vent, people were in their own apartment, and especially, off the first floor. Come on, just do what you want to do. When you say a car, I'm picturing, well, you're out in the public.
Yeah.
You did mention SUV, and SUVs do often come pretty heavily tinted in the back. So
Mhm.
maybe these people thought that, no one's going to see them. And then if you get close enough to the tint, you can look through it. So maybe these people thinking that they're totally incognito, and then it's just this face just breathing in.
Yeah. And if this is an SUV, and if it was truly like a four-wheel drive SUV, then it was really meant for off-road sex.
Which it could have been. What if this was out in the woods and Grizzly Adams over here is just creeping and peeping?
Yeah.
Well, what if she started screaming more about that guy than when
Oh God.
Yes.
the rails?
Or she starts screaming, "Oh my God, it's a wild animal. I have a wild animal." It's like, and the guy's going, "Oh," he's having a great time, doesn't realize there's a wild animal outside the window of the SUV.
What if that's her fetish? What if that's why they do it? She can only reach her climax if she becomes scared of an animal nearby. This is their kink. They have to do it.
Those could be the bare facts.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Okay. That's perfect. We're moving on.
We're
This
moving
is getting out
on.
of control.
All right. We're out of control. I'm sorry. I was channeling my Regis Philbin. All right.
Okay. I loved him. Okay. This is our last vent of this episode. Thank God. And here we go. This is a vent from a very upset mother. This is what she's writing. This is a vent from a very upset mother who has a 16-year-old son and our married 40-year-old neighbor who pulls weeds out in her bikini. What? Her husband isn't home when she's parading because I'll bet he disapproves. Maybe I should take her picture and leave it in their mailbox. Why would a right-minded woman want to wear a bikini while doing yard work? I think it's stupid, and she should be called out on this. I will bet you all agree with me, and if you don't, I will quit listening to your podcast, and it's time stop parading around in your bikini.
Well, I'm sorry. If you got to
God.
stop listening, you got to stop listening. But, I don't have a problem with this. I mean,
Of course you don't.
This is you not minding your own business. It's like the person is out there just doing their gardening or whatever they're doing. It's like, I mean, when I was a kid, we had a neighbor that did exactly this.
What?
She enjoyed being in the sun. She just, she didn't like to go to the beach, that often. She would just do her sunning in a bikini and do the gardening work. She used to mow the lawn, push the mower because her husband worked a lot. She used to do all that stuff, and I don't remember anybody taking issue with any of this,
Especially not 16-year-old boys.
Right, exactly. It's like they're not, yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, it's like, I don't think it's a sexual, she's wearing a bathing suit. You're not seeing anything more than you're seeing if you go to the beach, and 16-year-old boys go to the beach,
Chuck, first of all, who in their right mind, seriously, in this day and age, would pull weeds or cut the grass in a bikini, aren't you going to be afraid that some mosquito bites you in the ass
Well,
or
now I'm
something
feeling
pops out?
personally attacked because I wear a bikini when I do the lawn.
I
Oh
want
God.
pictures of that
Oh God.
right now. Right now. I want
No, you don't.
Hold on,
No,
let
you
me pull
don't,
them up. I'll
Paul.
pull them up. You're going to love this one. Hold on.
No.
especially if you can be weeding.
Right. Right. Instead of pushing the mower, I want to see you weeding. So, but and what does being married have to do with it? She's just out getting some sun. It's
Well,
healthy to be in the sun. She's in the fresh air, you know.
but
I
why
mean,
does she do it?
but I
Yeah.
want to know, is the woman hot or is she 300 pounds? You know, now there's an issue too. You know, again, it
Oh.
doesn't matter, but still.
I'd look at either.
Oh no.
Oh, he's back at the airplane with the cookies
Well, I'm
hanging.
just wondering if we'd still see the bikini on the three.
I can't.
Jesus.
What? She's wearing nothing.
Well,
Putting
I
an
guess,
elastic band on a loaf of bread. It just, you don't even.
well, we lost this listener.
You
Oh,
know, and
well.
I think just to really test this listener, what if we all agree with the listener, but we all agree to also submit to her pictures of us weeding in bikinis as well? What a strange threat.
Yeah, yeah.
Way to come
Yeah.
at us.
Oh, we can give her a group photo of us doing weed. I
There
don't
we
know.
go. In bikinis.
Chuck has his own road that he goes down. You
Oh,
ever
yeah.
notice that?
And you don't know how much fun my road is.
Yeah,
And
it's
I heard if you go far enough down that road, there are SUVs that pull over. And you can really see.
Exactly. It gets wild.
and it
Oh.
says Chuck's on a perennial detour. He's just down that, what's that sign when the road ends?
And the road.
Yeah. Chuck's road never ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no,
Hey.
I just keep going. Jeez.
Yeah.
I've always got a machete and I'm just cutting the brush, getting right through there. There's
Making new
trees,
roads.
plants. Yeah, making new roads. Yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, all right. Well, hopefully
That
we
was-
didn't lose the this listener, but
Oh, she's gone.
Yeah, she should stick
Oh,
around. You know what? Because this woman, I bet she's perennially upset. And I think that even though we may not agree with her on this one, I'll bet she has so many other vents that we can relieve for her. And you should stick around. And do we know it's a she? Because
Yeah, she said it's a mom.
Oh, okay, a mom.
It's a mom.
Because the father, we know the father's not upset. And
Well, wait,
Maybe that-
the person who wrote the letter is a mom, or it's a mom that's weeding.
yeah. The person who wrote the letter, because I heard
Yeah.
16-year-old son, but did she indicate we're kind of?
Oh, yes. This vent is from a very upset mother who has a 16. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
we know it's a mother, and
Be very confused to meet the father who's like, I'm really upset that my son and I both have to look at this bikini it's got to be a mom.
and the kid is 16. He'll be 18 soon, and you'll have no control at all. So
Wait till you see what he goes to look at.
Yeah,
You'll be wishing there were more bikinis.
Yeah, he's going to be looking at more than mom has ever seen. So
Okay.
all right. So what do? We solved nothing here.
Nothing.
Perfect. But
In fact, we
cleaned
lost
out-
people.
but we cleaned out the vent pipe for this week, right?
Yeah.
For this episode. All right. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye again. Paul, thanks for being with us again. Yay! And
love it.
Before we go, hey, plug yourself, as they say.
Yeah. Paul Roseberry. There's no N unless you want me to do your bar mitzvah. I'll do that. No problem. I'm in. Roseberry. Just Google it. If you yell out your window loud enough, I'll show up. There are no other. Let's be real.
That's right. Well, as long as they're not not vented windows. What's it called? Tinted windows. Tinted windows.
Don't worry. I'm around. I can see you.
You're looking through the other side. All right. Well, so we want to tell you guys about a new segment we're starting here at Ventus. It's called ventilation. What are you calling it, Chris?
It's called ventilation, like solution, but
Wow.
ventilation.
Yeah, it's ventilation, and you can call in and leave us a typed message. You can call in, or you can leave us a typed message on the website. with anything that you might agree with or not agree with, help resolve the issues if we haven't resolved the events and the issues.
Yeah.
We would love to hear back from you, on what you think about what we're doing, what Paul's doing, what Chrissy's doing, and the solutions that we come up with or don't come up with. So, give us some of your feedback. And we'd like our listeners to go to our Instagram account and follow us at Vent This Podcast. All one word, Vent This Podcast. That's it. Woohoo. And we're now on YouTube, and we're starting to do video with these podcasts. So you'll be able to see us acting as silly as we sound. It's very exciting. A lot going on here. A lot of things happening, things coming up in the future. Don't forget to go to the website, like I said, and it's ventthis.org. Write us a vent. Or you can leave us a voicemail vent by calling 818-570-2535. That number again is 818-570-2535. I say it slow in case you're a slow writer.
And
go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say, and if you see us on YouTube, Paul and Chuck are really cute. So look for that.
That is every one of us here. Chris is leading the way. She is humble. She is believe
yes.
They're not here to look at us. They're not here to look at us.
Exactly. And she does her hair for each podcast.
Which is more than the rest of us can say.
Exactly.
Yes. Put the hat back on, Paul.
But if you leave us a voicemail, we'll play your voicemail vent on an upcoming episode. So leave us a vent, and it could be time well spent.
Nice.
Was that intended to rhyme?
Well, yes, I'm making poems here. So go out there and find something that fills you with wonder today.
Yay. Thank you, everybody. Toodles.
You.